I was called like faggot in like 3rd and 4th grade, or like maricon, which is faggot. And so those were the kind of words that I was being told that I was, but I just was like, I don't know what that word means.
Is your heart in battle, living in misty shadows? Does she miss me at all?
I was always bullied. English is my second language, so I didn't understand like the words that students were using to describe me, or like these slurs that they were using, until I was in middle school, and that's when I like picked up or looked into the dictionary on the internet, what these words were, and sure enough, that was me. And so since 6th grade, I was out, and so I was very much going against the grain at a young age, just for me to survive and actually be who I am on the inside. I was born and raised in Moses Lake. It was really small, and I knew that I was living in a small town. I was always like a rebel rouser because I knew how conservative that town was, and I knew that I was just completely the opposite of that. One of the first things that I did in defiance is start shaving my legs, like started shaving like body hair, and my dad especially was just like not pleased at all. But I kept doing it anyways. I was able to kind of excel in school and work my way up into advanced placement courses. And so at that point in time, especially in my US government class, I was only focused on gay issues at that time. Yeah, we're at the Defeat HIV booth over in the Community Services Pavilion. I think my activism started at that political science class in high school. And then I moved to Seattle in 2010. I just wanted to be in a safe community where I could be out about my sexual identity and meet others who shared my sexual identity.
The next agenda items, we have appointment 00143, the appointment of Manuel Venegas.
I'm very fortunate that I'm allowed to be a representative in the city of Seattle to the LGBTQ community, and that also kind of like cements my being here in Seattle. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be that positive role model on the community. I know that growing up, I didn't really have those role models in my community. I mean, there were hardly any out adults in Eastern Washington, let alone Moses Lake. So just kind of putting that into perspective as far as like the next generation of leaders. I'm not the only one, and I won't be the only one.
Okay. I think you're very capable to do this job. I'm just a little worried about whether you're going to be outspoken enough to be on this commission.
So my name is Manuel Venegas, and I'm on the LGBTQ Commission.
And so before next month's meeting, we're supposed to have kind of like a Commissioner 101 session. I was curious to see how to kind of highlight the HIV community in Seattle, especially at a high level, at the city level, making elected officials and the community still aware of the crisis, even though people are not dying on the sidewalk like there used to be in the 80s and 90s. Young people, especially people in my peer group, are still those that are getting HIV to this day. So we are looking at dolutegravir, and we're looking at rilpivirine. I was 21 years old when I learned that I was HIV positive. I was there in the clinic room over in Harborview, overlooking onto I-5. The result, she said these were confirmed, and I was like, okay.
My name is Manuel, and I've been living with HIV since 2012.
Here's the thing with me, and what I'm like noticing is that there's a sad story, or there's the need for a sad story. My story wasn't sad. Like, that was for me just a point of realization. That was like a point of like awakening, and I was like, oh my, I've neglected my sexual health. I've neglected actually being proactive and learning about my body. Now I'm this advocate. Now I have national board membership to the HIV Cure initiative, HIV Cure efforts. So for me, it's like my relationship with community is different, and that's reflective of like how I took in this information that I was HIV positive. I knew that I was now going to be a role model.
I'm here on the LGBTQ Commission.
So it was just that comfort that goes with sharing your story, sharing your truth. In the community, it just felt like, okay, cool. I'm a role model and I can speak on my experience, and people are willing to listen to my experience. People are willing to learn from my experience.
I'm going to continue to pass these out. Nice to see you, Lauren.
I'm able to contribute to the global efforts in the movement just by simply being at the table, sharing my perspective as a young person living with HIV, as a person of color living with HIV.
The four of us who are HIV positive, we represent the different realms of HIV positivity.
For me, my philosophy is that we're all learning from one another, and to like acknowledge that so that we can all kind of leave on the same page, I guess progress on the same page.
Would you like some all-gender restroom information as well?
Yes.
We have to be open and out there and talking about it and being active and fully representing us as individuals,
Hi.
but us as a community. Because we are in a bubble, and the bubble is being constantly attacked.
We do want to update you on the breaking news out of Orlando, the terror attack on a gay nightclub.
3 hours of terror overnight, multiple shootouts, hostages, a packed nightclub under siege. By the time it was all over, at least 50 people dead.
They will divide us to destroy us. Do not let fear and the misguided actions of a damaged few keep us apart. Hate and fear destroys. Only love can bring peace.
For me, it was just very sad, this direct attack on our community. It sucks that we had to wait that long and wait until that event happened so that the nation as a whole can fully see the attacks that are happening on our community. It sucks that it had to take something that large for people to wake up about all the hatred that's coming down to us on our just daily existence as human beings in this country. So how do we, rise above this violence? How can we, maintain our safety in an unsafe environment, an unsafe national environment? I hope that it awakens all of these LGBT organizations to actually start working together, have more conversations so that we can all kind of work on these same overarching issues that are impacting our abilities to exist.
I'm so excited to see you all here. We know that we've been fighting for a long time. I've been doing this work for 22 years.
I'm hoping for more vigilance. I'm hoping for more communications. I'm hoping for more people sharing stories.
I am still here.
More representation, more need to be vocal.
We are still here.
Hopefully we can get the community within the LGBT population to activate and focus, and also the people who are outside of the community and people who are tourists to the city actually understand what's happening. I want to recruit more people in this effort, so that's kind of where I want to go next is to see more community, seeing more people involved in the work that I'm doing and feeling as empowered as I'm feeling. So one that's giving voice to people who are living with HIV and AIDS, those who are historically not part of the decision-making process, so all sexual minorities, all ethnic minorities, all people who have been long-term survivors. Hopefully, if I have enough people participating in this effort, it might not take a long time to reach HIV cure or to reach an ending to the AIDS crisis. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien. That is really promising for me as a young person to help the community go forward in that process, sharing little bits of knowledge with the community and letting them know what's happening. It's all just to maintain that conversation and maintain that awareness. I find it's super useful and super critical and very much needed now and going forward in the future, because this is a global effort now.